Hey guys, Kimochi's here. Many of you guys asked me one question, and that is how on my Lancer I've improved my gear score. So I made this a little video to help you guys improve your gear score in numerous small ways. So I'll start off by going over the basic, which is augmenting. And augmenting is simply just going into your equipment, picking one item. I'll just show you a sample. So let's see, I'll go with my helmet. And see, right now it's level 10, 764 defense, 302 magic defense. And so I want to make this item stronger. And so what I want to do is grab a helmet and just see, it shows you right here. But this father alone, I'm getting 8 levels, about 150 more defense, 362 defense more. So this right here is about 210 gear score if I were to just augment this alone. And so you see right there, stats just changes. So right here, just using that fodder alone, I got around 210 gear score. Ideally, if you have maxed items, you get more gear score from it. So staying on top of augmenting is really helpful. And one thing many people don't know of is augmenting events. So I'm gonna show you guys right now. So I don't think there is one right now. I could be wrong. I'm gonna go check real fast. But ideally, there's like an augment event. And so how you stay on top of this is that there's a Google Doc on all the times that augments are available. I'll put the link into the description. It's just a Google Doc where you can follow to find all the augment days, and those are the times where you can just run augments and to get these equipment fodders that you can use to put EXP into your equipment to make them stronger. So yeah, I already have a couple of these, I'm saving them. You can just use these so you can be powering up your weapons. So mine right here all maxed out right now, nothing to EXP. So yeah, just stay on top of that. Number 2 is obviously the next one. If you have a max equipment, you obviously want to reforge it to make it even stronger. And what reforging is just bring the weapon up to the next tier. So I have a few items that I can reforge to make stronger. I have a sword right here I can reforge if I have the proper equipment. And what this does is bring your see, for this sword it's super rare, and it'll bring it to the next tier, which is ultra rare. However, the one bad thing about it is that it brings the max level equipment down to 1, and you have to restart over, leveling up the weapon back to its full capacity. But the good thing is that compared to a super rare, I'm gonna show you guys this right now. A super rare caps at level 60, you can see right here, whereas an ultra rare caps at level 70. So that's a huge power difference, as you can see already. 10 levels alone is about 200, maybe 200 to 500 more gear score added to your total, so that's really good. So if you have maxed out gear, if you want to stay on top of, always have it reforged. And how you can tell equipment is reforgeable is by looking at these orbs right here. So if you summon a super rare, it has 2 orbs available. One should already be filled because this shows you that it's already a super rare, and the empty orb shows you that I can go to the next tier. So I'm gonna show you guys this right now. So you can see right here is a super rare. The first orb is already filled in. That means, and this orb is right here, is right next to it, is empty. So what this indicates is that it's available to go into ultra rare, which is the highest form in the game, meaning you can bring this sword right here up to a level 70 ultra rare. So these are the 2 main ways of how to get gear score up the fastest. I've already took the liberty of maxing it out. However, you may be asking me, Kimochi, why are you not using ultra rare weapons and ultra rare equipment? Because there's a reason for that, and it's because I am locked into my gear cost. So you can see right here, for using certain weapons, it costs a certain amount of points right here, indicating 25, 20, 18, 16. And so this goes into how much you can put into that socket. So right here I have a total of 79 out of 82 used. And in order for me to bring this to ultra rare, I need 25 cost, which is additional 5. And I can't put that in here just yet. I can allocate 2 more points into here, but I want to wait until if I get better equipment to see if I'm able to fit more points into better spots available. So obviously that by having more sub equipments, you can enhance the power of your characters, because ideally your main equipment is what you want to look at for cosmetics and what people will look at you when they see your main weapon. But if you want to get additional stats, you always want to have more sub equipment, and the best way is just stack sub equipments onto your character if you have the room for it. So right here I have one more cost. I can put 2 cost helmets in here, or 1 and still max out my sub equipment. This benefits by just having just your character at its fullest potential. So right here, if I had like a level 1 helmet, I can just put it in here. Just by having that additional 100 more gear score will help change your character by that much. So right here, doing the same thing, I can have a 1 cost armor piece if I wanted to add it in here, and same with my monsters, but it's already filled up. And for my next one, it's skill passives. So one thing you guys want to abuse for your character is skill passives. So there's 2 different kinds. There are your class passives, which are these right here. And what these do is, it tells you straight up, increases the attacks of lances and scythe gear by 2%. And you get another one right here. And throughout the whole tier branch, you get these added onto your class, and these help boost your character for whatever weapon or equipment they have. Some are different because paladins, they have armor right here. Because let's see right here. So armor and helmet pieces are buffed up to 3% more. So for different characters, it's different. And these don't stack on top of each other for other classes. For example, if I'm a lancer and I get this passive, unless I'm a paladin or a soldier, I will not get this passive for that class. However, for each tier, there's the unique passive at the bottom, which increases your overall defense by 2%, and this right here stacks with all your characters and whatever class you use. And so for the max for each class is 10%, because right here, I'll show you guys, right here is 2%, 3%, and 5%. So this is 10% total added into your gear score on top of the equipment that you already have. So if I were to have all this maxed out, this would be 10% from attack from lancers, 10% defense from soldiers, 10% magic defense from archers, 10% magic attack from mages, and clerics are just a percent debuff, and that really doesn't add to your gear score. But these 4 right here add to your gear score, and what this does is just add 10% more stats on top of whatever you have for all stats. So there's 4 stats available in the game: attack, defense, magic defense. All of these will go up 10% if you have every single profession mastered for lancer, soldier, archer, and mage. Alright, so what's next is use what you have. And so right here, I'm going to show you guys on my main lancer. On this character, I have 2 ultra rare swords. I'm not using one right now. I'll explain why. And I have 4 lances. And 2 of these lances are super rares, and the other 2 are just super rares that are ultra rare of potential. So, which you may ask me why I'm not using 2 super rare lances, 2 super rare swords, and 1 super rare lance. It's because I want to utilize the passives from my class. So like I told you guys earlier, lancers get additional 2%, 3%, 5% on top of scythe gear, so that enhances your attack already by a huge margin. You can see right here that the demon scythe and the photon lance, those are super rares, naturals, but their attack is far superior compared to a sword. And the reason for that is because of the lancer's passive, skill passive, which gives % more on top of the stats that's already given. So by itself, it's already 600 more attack greater than the sword already. I could get another lance right here, but I'm saving for that later on for the ranked battle ones. So I'll be working on a 5th lance later on to utilize that passive and to get more attack bonus on my lancer. So the 6th method of enhancing your gear score are substitutes. So this is an RNG game, and you're not going to roll all the equipments you want. You're going to get some that you do want, some that you don't want, but you can't control what you're going to get. So what are you going to do in this case? For me, I've only rolled 1 super rare lance, no super rare lance, And what I'm using right now as substitutes is an advanced lance right here. This was obtainable during the maiden event a couple weeks back. And I'm using the subquest lance, which was given to me for free. If you complete this early stage subquest, you can bring the spear to up to super rare, and this will be your substitute until you're able to get a better lance that can replace these. Same with monsters. I rolled no good monsters just yet. I have two Drake Lords, which isn't beneficial for me because I'm a Lancer, and they give magic attack and magic defense. So you can see the yellow numbers right here that'll pop up in quite a second. That I'm not getting any buffs from these, but these are just for raw stats because I want magic defense for my Lancer, and that's able to provide it for me. Aside from that, I'm using these King Pastas, which I highly recommend you guys using as substitutes until you're able to replace it with better monsters. Because these right here are 13 costs, and they give amazing stats for 13 cost monsters. So you can just use these for now if you want to get more gear scar on top of your characters. And the last one is plussing your equipment. So you can see throughout the video that some of my weapons, like my lance right here, has plus 26 on it. And what this means is that some equipment, I'm going to show you guys right here, has pluses on them. And what you want to do is, what the cheapest way to do is take like a cheap equipment such as like a tier 1 hat or something, and just throw it all in there real fast. And throw it all in here. I'll show you an example real quick. See if I can get one lucky. First, I'm gonna just do my summons real fast, and I'll show you guys the most effective way to do plussing your equipment. And it's also the most cheapest way too, because later on when your equipment are maxed and you still want to plus your equipment, it's gonna cost like 70k per augment, and that's a hefty amount of money. So if you're like me, you don't want to waste that much money on that kind of stuff. What you want to do is you want to put it on a cheaper equipment, so it doesn't cost as much to augment, and when you're finally able to when you're finally ready to plus your main equipment, it'll be at a much cheaper cost, and you won't have to augment as much times. So I'm gonna show you this right now. So I'm gonna take a cheap plus equipment, such as this Waterman. It's already +1, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Actually, I have a better idea. I'm going to first. This will tie into the sub equipment thing I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna use this armor piece, just 1 cost, and I'm gonna throw in these pluses onto this equipment. So I'm gonna use 5, and right here this is +5 added. It's gonna max out my equipment, and watch right here carefully. +5. And so right here, these pluses add additional stats. I'm gonna show you this right now. You see a +2 and +3. This is a total of +5 right here. And so the green stats indicates what it gives. So each plus gives about 5 defense and magic defense. So I have 2 right here. That's gonna be a +10, and 3 right here is just +15. And so you can put these on any equipment you want. For example, if I want to put this on a sword, I can, because look, what this does is basically you don't have to worry about like augmenting armor on top of armor for the pluses. You can just do it like this. It's fine. What it does is that instead of the magic defense and defense, it'll go into 2 attack and 3 +3 magic attack. So it carries over depending on where the spots of the plus are allocated. So don't be afraid of putting like armor with pluses on weapons. It's perfectly fine as long as the capacity isn't reached, which is +99 right here and +99 right here. And so that's a total of 198 on top of the weapon. Alright, so that's the end of this video, guys. I think that's most of the convenient ways and best ways to improve your gear score. I'm pretty sure there are secret techniques out there on how to improve gear score, but that's all I can think of for this video. So I hope you guys like it. I hope this helps improve your gear score and how you want to become a stronger character, and how to make your character just become a powerful beast. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you think this video was helpful at all, please give me a like, a comment, and if you really enjoy these videos, please subscribe. I'll work on making more guides in the near future, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.